So today's video is something a little bit different, and I've been getting loads of requests lately to do a perfume collection video because the last one I did was a really long time ago, and I thought instead of me kind of taking them and showing you each one individually, I would show you everything I've got, talk to you a little bit about it, about each fragrance and that kind of thing, what I think of it, and also show you the storage for my perfume because a couple of people asked me about that. Now, you shouldn't really store perfume in a area which is exposed to direct sunlight, which this area is from the windows up above, but I've never had too many problems with it, to be honest, and I don't like storing them in my bathroom, and there's too many of them to kind of store away, and I like having the bottles out on display. So the little display thing that I've got these on is actually just on my dresser, and I've done a full makeup collection video with my dresser and everything like that, so you can go and check that out if you're interested. But I've just got them stacked on this box, and this is just a black and white kind of cardboard box, and it's just got a Marilyn Monroe print on it. I'm not sure how well you can sort of see like that, but you can see there it's just got a print on it, and it's got storage inside. I've just got bits and bobs like cards and things in there, but I store all my perfumes on it, and I love the look of it. I think it just looks really girly and really pretty, and I'm going to take each fragrance individually and show you in a minute, but just a general kind of rule with fragrances, what I tend to like is I like fragrances that quite floral, quite fresh, not massively into very sweet scents. I don't like vanilla in fragrances very much, so that's something to bear in mind. And that bottle there at the back, which is that gold bottle with a kind of crystal knob, that's not actually a perfume, it's just a kind of display bottle from TK Maxx that I just thought was really pretty, so that is staying there. But I'm going to kind of talk to you about each fragrance individually now and what I think of it. So the first fragrance we have here is Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker, and I've had this for a while now, and I am definitely a fan of the celebrity fragrance. I know a lot of people kind of are a little bit snobbish about it, but some celebrity fragrances I think are really nice, and I really do like this one. It's very gentle, it's very pretty and girly. I think the bottle's designed really beautifully as well, just very simple and kind of a little bit vintage looking. This has got a little kind of material ribbon over here, and I just think it's really pretty and a little bit different, and it lasts fairly well on me. It's quite a sophisticated girly scent. It's not very sweet, it's not very floral. I'm going to put a little annotation down below of the key notes that are in this fragrance because I think that's just something that some people might want to know, but I definitely think it's a really lovely fragrance. Very inexpensive, it's around £20. This is the 30ml bottle, I believe, and I absolutely love this and would always have one for just days where you just want to smell nice but you don't feel like you're particularly in the mood for something. Next up we have a recent addition, and this is Marc Jacobs Honey, and the bottle of this is really cute and whimsical. I've done a full review of this on my blog, which I will link down below if you want to go and take a look at that, and it kind of give you a little bit more insight. But it's quite sweet, not vanilla-y at all. It's very fresh, but it does kind of have that slight sweet smell, but it doesn't smell like honey, which I really think is great because I'm not a massive fan of the honey scent. The only thing I will note is that it doesn't last super well on me. On my wrists. For some reason on my neck you can still kind of smell it, but it's a very subtle, very pretty fragrance, but I would definitely say that it's on the subtle side, so if you're not someone that likes a strong overbearing fragrance, this might be one for you to try out. Next up we have this one by Roberta Cavalli, and I think this is called Aqua something. I'm not 100% sure what this is called, and I don't have the box to hand, but I'll put a little annotation somewhere. And the bottle of this I think is a little bit strange. It's very pretty, but it is a little bit OTT in that way that Cavalli tends to be. But in terms of fragrance, this is really lovely, really long lasting. It's a typical summer fragrance for me. It's quite sweet and quite strong, but it's not overpoweringly sweet, and it smells very faintly of coconut to me, and it settles really nicely on the skin and just becomes quite subtle, but it's still got quite a strong presence, if that makes sense. So I really like this one. I definitely recommend it as a great summer fragrance, and the bottle of it is pretty fun as well. Next up we have one of my absolute all-time favourites. This is Miss Dior Cherie, and this is one of the editions of it. There's kind of the classic one, and then this is a slightly different one, but I absolutely adore this. It's one of my all-time favourite fragrances. I love the bottle. I think the bottle is just stunning. I love the little embossed detailing at the bottom, how elegant the bottle looks, but how pretty it looks. It just looks very French to me, and it's very, very fresh. It kind of smells like lemongrass and jasmine, and it's absolutely beautiful. It lasts a really long time. It's a very sophisticated fresh scent, and the base notes in it are just kind of my type of scent. It's very fresh. It just kind of smells clean and fresh but floral at the same time, and I love it. Next up we have Valentino's Rock and Rose, and I must admit this isn't one of my favourite fragrances. I've had this for quite some time now. I don't wear it very often. It tends to be reserved for the winter months, but it's very sweet. It's rose scented, but not in that classic rose smell, and I like the classic rose smell. What some people would count as kind of like old-fashioned rose, to me that's a really, really lovely scent. But this is a little bit different. It's quite sweet, as I said. The bottle's really pretty, but I definitely wouldn't buy it again, and it's not one I reach for very often either. Another recent addition is this one by Kim Kardashian, and it's the first Kim Kardashian one. I know there's various fragrances that she's launched. I really like this. I think the bottle isn't very pretty, and I was expecting something a little bit more from her. It's kind of got the K designs over here, and the colour's a little bit strange. But in terms of fragrance, this is a really sexy scent. It's more of a nighttime or a winter scent. I tend to wear this at night. It lasts amazingly well on me. It's very, very floral and slightly powdery and very sexy. It kind of smells like what you'd presume Kim Kardashian smells like, to be honest. But I really, really like this, and I definitely recommend it as a good kind of cheapy celebrity perfume. Next up we have another firm favourite of mine, and this is Love, Peace and Juicy Couture. And Juicy Couture isn't a brand that I particularly like. I don't really like their clothing, but this fragrance is lovely. I really like the bottle of it. I love the lid. I think the kind of crystal lid is just gorgeous. It's very kind of old-fashioned dressing table perfume. But in terms of fragrance, it's very fresh. It's quite strong. It's kind of slightly acidic in a way. It kind of smells like crisp apples to me, and I really, really like this. Another one that I would definitely repurchase, and I think everybody should go and smell, because it's definitely a lovely, lovely fragrance, and one that I think would suit a lot of tastes, if that makes sense. It's inoffensive, but it's not wishy-washy. Next up we have another celebrity perfume, and this is Britney Spears' Midnight Fantasy. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure what possessed me to buy this. It's one of those fragrances that I don't love, but it still has a place in my heart kind of thing. I would wear this on a very, very cold day in the winter and during the evening, because it's a very warm scent. It's got a very kind of sweet blueberry warm scent to it. I kind of think the bottle's quite fun as well, to be honest. It's not very elegant, but it's cute. The blue one anyway, the pink version, which is the original Fantasy, I think is absolutely hideous. But this one is really cute, and the fragrance is really nice. If you love very, very, very sweet scents, then you would absolutely love this. And again, it's very, very inexpensive. Here we have the original Vera Wang Princess, and this is a fragrance that a lot of people really, really adore. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about this fragrance, to be honest. It's not my absolute favourite. Because it's got quite a strong vanilla note in it. I was bought this as a gift, but I did ask for it. So I did like it at the time, which was probably about 4 years ago. But now, again, I tend to only really wear it in the winter. I don't particularly love it. I think the bottle's absolutely stunning. I think the bottle's beautiful, but in terms of fragrance, I don't particularly love it. The only thing that is great about this is it lasts really, really well on me, and perfumes don't tend to last that great on me, but this one does. It lasts really nicely, which is a nice difference. I just wish that it was a fragrance that I liked a little bit more. But if you like vanilla scents, it is a nice one to go for. It's just that I get a little bit weird about vanilla scents. They kind of can make me feel a little bit sick. And yet another celebrity perfume. This is the Intimately Beckham perfume, and this is really, really inexpensive. I think you can get this on offer for around £15, even less than that sometimes in Superdrug. But I really like this. I think the bottle's really nice. It is a little bit of a rip-off of the Gucci, I think it's called number 2, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a Gucci bottle that looks like this, and the Gucci one's lovely too. But I really like this. It's a very sophisticated scent. It's a very office appropriate scent as well. If you work in an environment where you're next to people in an office and you're near clients a lot, and you don't really want to kind of be too overpowering, but you want to smell professional, if that makes sense, this is a very professional fragrance. And again, another good reason not to kind of steer away from celebrity fragrances, because some of them can be really nice, and this is definitely a really, really nice offering that you can get for a very cheap price. Next up we have Versace's Bright Crystal, and This comes with a really big lid as well, but for some reason, I don't know where the lid has gone. I seem to have misplaced the lid. But I do like this one. I definitely wouldn't buy it again though. It's one of those quite fresh but slightly powdery fragrances. It lasts quite well, but it's not one that I ever reach for, in all honesty. I've had it for ages and I've probably only wore it about 3 times. I don't tend to ever really reach for it. I kind of use it as an air freshener, which is why it's kind of almost empty, but I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't repurchase it. It does smell nice, it's just that it's not one that particularly appeals to me, but it does smell very fresh, and it's quite pungent at the same time. And we're back to the celebrity perfumes. This one is Kate by Kate Moss, and this is another fantastic celebrity perfume. It's very light, very floral, slightly rosy but not sweet, and that's pretty much all you can say about it really. The bottle's pretty cute, inoffensive, it's very inexpensive, and it just smells really nice. It's got a very kind of light girly scent to it, but it's not overpowering. It's something that you'd smell someone, you'd think, oh, you smell nice, but you wouldn't necessarily assume that they're wearing a strong perfume because it's not sophisticated, it's just a pretty girly scent. So next up we have this one by Issey, and this is called Ludicy Floral, I believe. My French is crap, but this is a really nice fragrance. It's very fresh and very floral, and that's pretty much all you can describe it as. It's very light and easy to wear, and the kind of fragrance that I think most people would like because it's not too floral. It's not got those kind of heavy floral notes that can give you a little bit of a headache. The bottle isn't necessarily my cup of tea. It's a little bit too futuristic for me, and I would prefer something a little bit more sort of vintage looking and a little bit more elaborate, but I still think it's cute, and it's definitely one that I would purchase again if I ever ran out. And the last celebrity fragrance we are going to be talking about today is this one by JLo, and this is Glow by JLo. It's the first JLo one. It did have like a little necklacey thing that came and connected into the JLo logo, which is very kind of 2000, but very nice fragrance. I like the fact that it's kind of matted clouded glass. I do really like this fragrance. It's very jasmine scented, and I love jasmine. It's one of my absolute favourite notes in fragrance and favourite smells in life in general kind of thing. But it's very pretty, very strong, and can be a little bit overpowering, especially on a day where it's really hot. I feel like it would be too much, but on a slightly cooler day, very jasmine noted and very pretty. Next we have this one by Hugo Boss, and I believe this is called Hugo Boss Boss Noir. I think it's the night version, but this is one that I wouldn't have necessarily picked myself, but I do really like, and it's very sweet, very wintry. I only ever wear this during the winter. The bottle's really nice. It's quite kind of gothic. Again, I love the kind of crystally lids. They just really appeal to me, and it lasts very long. It's quite a sort of sophisticated sweet scent. It's not sickly sweet in any way, shape or form. It sits really well on the skin, and it's definitely a really nice fragrance if you're looking for something that's a little bit different. And last but not least, we have my all-time favourite fragrance, which is Stella by Stella McCartney. I absolutely adore this. I love the bottle, and the fragrance inside is just as beautiful. It's very floral, rose and lily, I believe. Rose definitely, but I think it's got quite a bit of lily in it as well. Very fresh, very light, just me. It's kind of a very me-ish smell, and I know a lot of people say about this fragrance, which kind of irritates me because I don't like it when people wear the same fragrance as me. I'm kind of a bit funny like that, but definitely one that I do really love. And if I could only ever have one fragrance, I think I could survive with this. I wouldn't like to only have one because I definitely am someone who believes in using different fragrances, but I would survive with this if I had to. So these are just 2 little perfume samples that I've got, and I would normally just give them away, but these happen to be 2 that I quite like, so I thought they were worth a mention. This one right here is the Liz Earle Botanical Essence, and this is really nice. It's very floral and very kind of herbal, and it's not something that I would have picked normally, but I do think it's absolutely lovely, and I will buy a full size of this when the little spritzer runs out because I really like it. And then next to that we have Lady Gaga's Fame, which is very surprising because it's very nice. It's very sweet, but it settles on the skin nicely, and it's a great winter fragrance, and I would definitely buy that. It's a celebrity one, not too expensive. I think it's around £20, and I would definitely buy that because I think it's really nice. So there you have it, my entire fragrance collection and what I think of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do any other collection type of videos, let me know, but I don't know if I've got that many interesting stuff anyway, to be honest. But let me know if you want me to do another one. And I would love to be one of those people that has a signature scent, because it's very sophisticated, but I'm not. I like to have different scents for different occasions. I totally believe in having ones for summer and ones for winter, ones for day, ones for evening. I'm quite particular about that. But these are all ones that I think are really fantastic and that I really love. I don't like a lot of the classic scents that a lot of people do really love, such as Chanel No. 5, Dior Poison, Dior Addict, what's that other one, Victor and Roll Flower Bomb. I don't like any of those. I think I've kind of got quite cheap taste when it comes to fragrances, really, but these are all my absolute favourites. Let me know if any of these are your favourite or what your favourites are, and don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you'd like more videos like this and suggestions as to what other collections you would like to see, and we will see you all next time. Bye.